Appreciate everybody being on tonight. It was a good scrimmage tonight. Unfortunately, we had to go due to lightning, had to go into the indoor. And I thought, guys handled the transition really well, had a ton of energy. I thought guys were flying around tonight, to end this week. And, with 6 straight days, the physical work that was put in, the mental strain, having to drive 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours back, this morning, and you try to create some adverse situations and circumstances. I thought our guys handled it really well, and I'm proud of the team for the work they put in tonight. There was a lot of great things from the scrimmage. Both sides of the ball, explosive plays. There was some great physicality. You saw guys, winning one-on-one matchups. You saw guys, running hard, blocking hard. We had some penalty things that we have to clean up. We did have the ACC officials here, and some of our our young linemen just got a little antsy, and so we got to make sure we definitely clean up some of those procedural things. But all in all, I thought it was a really good scrimmage. I thought Jordan, we gave him a couple series, 2 or 3 series. I thought he did a really nice job throughout it, and really wanted to see Tate and AJ get some work with the ones. I think both guys. Tate probably he got a few more reps, but AJ did a good job. He got a set with the ones and was able to move the ball with them. And I thought just the ownership of the offense. I mean, they're really doing a nice job, and I like what I'm seeing from that group. I thought our running backs ran hard. Receivers made some plays out on the perimeter. Guys that have been playing well or continue to play well. So I'm excited about that continued development. And then defensively, I thought it was definitely our defense played fast tonight, and there was a lot of physicality. There was. I thought it was a really good scrimmage, and so definitely proud of the team for the way they approached it. And we'll have tomorrow will be an off day. They'll come in, they'll get treatment. Monday will be an off day. We'll come in and watch the film, and try to give them a couple back-to-back days, which without the physical, and then we'll jump back into this week as we continue to prepare. Still got a lot of work to be done, but I like the trajectory of where we're heading.
All right, first question will be Chris Nee from Knowles 247.
Mike, after these 6 straight days and just in general at this point in camp, what do you think the identity of this team is?
I think it's a team that's tough. I think they're building their mental toughness. The physical toughness is something that's shown up. And they're passionate. I mean that I think you guys seeing that yesterday in a day that didn't start the way it needed to. I mean you see the energy, you see the excitement, the competitiveness, and that showed up again tonight. Like tonight, I was disappointed we weren't going in Doak. I wanted to be able to do that, but with the uncertainty of time and of how long a delay would be, we decided we wanted to get to work. I want these guys to have these next 2 days off, and so we went ahead and moved it to the IPF, and man, it was great energy, and I thought they came out to compete today, and that was really, really pleasing, for me, just coupled with just the schedule of what we've held leading up to this point. And so I do believe it's a team that they love to compete, and we got to continue to clean up the details. We got to continue to focus on those little things, but I like the identity of what they're showing, and it's a team that definitely cares about each other.
All right, next will be Ira Schofel from 410.
Your 2019 team at Memphis was a very tough team, it seemed like, both physically and mentally. Was that something that developed over your time there? I know that program was probably a little further ahead than this one was when you got here, but was that something that developed over that time, or were they pretty much like that at the beginning of your time?
No, I mean, it's something that's developed. I mean, the way that we do things, the way we practice, the way that you approach every day, the challenges, the response. I mean, each year you're dealing with a group of new players, and you have to identify and bring in the right ones that possess the skills and talent to be able to go out there and win at a high level, but then also have the character, the passion, the heart and the love of the game to be able to make that investment daily. And that's, we're night and day different from when we first got here, just in the way we approach work. I mean, in the embracing those challenges, knowing what that adversity and what those experiences can build, rather than focusing on the things that were the negative aspect of it. And I mean, these are still 18 to 22-year-old kids. I mean, it's not natural. People want to be comfortable. They you want to just kind of go with the flow whenever you can. But these guys are. I like the direction they're heading, and we have more. And I know I mentioned that it comes with off seasons, it comes with with fall camp, it comes with spring practice, and when guys see that growth and they see themselves, improving. I mean, we had a couple. I talk about this week, and we had 5 straight days, and we had guys that were hitting their top speeds of fall camp yesterday, which is it shows. I mean, that's training. It was impressive, and to watch them fly around tonight, it is something that has to be developed, and it's definitely not something that develops overnight. But these guys, they're I like their mindset.
Next will be Perry from Tomahawk Nation.
Coach, with you challenging your team physically, mentioning literally 5 seconds ago that they're hitting their top speeds after 5 straight days of work, how do you think they responded tonight with the fatigue and like the wear and tear of everything from this week?
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that's been impressive is the lack of any tissue issues. We don't that's been something. Coach Storms, our athletic training staff, Jackson Schaefer, in sports science. I mean, these guys they spend a lot of time, and we all coordinate, making sure that what is a level. And this started, back into spring, and then went into the summer, and all things build up. There's a progression of it, and the players, they believe in that progression, and your body's gonna be sore, it's gonna be tired, but the things that we have had that have showed up injury wise, they're not from it's not from a wear and tear. It's been a couple things that really just very, very tough and just kind of almost a part of a game, and just when they happen. So, and that's year in, year out. Sometimes you get through it clean with certain injuries, and sometimes you get some of them show up. But I think our guys and their training and the way they prepared, their bodies, it's responding really, really well.
Next will be Brennan Simone from Knowles 247.
Hi, Mike. With the 2 quarterbacks who got extended work with the ones today with Tate and AJ, I guess what did stand out about them and the way they managed the offense? What was good? What was some things that could be worked on?
Yeah, I got to go back and watch all the film, but I thought they both made good checks. There was push the ball down the field well. I mean, I thought they did a they didn't seem uncomfortable, and that's when you're looking at quarterbacks, and especially young quarterbacks. I mean, when they're able to take control of it and helping, making different calls, different things that they're seeing, while still being able to play really fast, within the system. I mean, I'll get probably have more details, but there really wasn't anything with either or any of the quarterbacks that you come out of tonight. You're like, oh man, there was no glaring issue that they weren't putting us in a good position. And there's always going to be some details and some fundamental things that we'll get to continue to work and just going through progressions. But all in all, I thought it was a good day.
Next will be Kurt Weiler from the Osceola.
Mike, kind of following up on that, I guess, who did you see? I know you talked about Deuce last week. Who helped them out in the passing game, and how did the offensive line do? I know they kind of got challenged last week when they were down a few guys in the screen.
I mean, I thought it was a good day. I mean, there were some explosive runs. I know, Johnny showed up again today and had a couple big plays. Micah, Deuce had a couple of explosives. Malik, I mean, it was a good. And Marquise and Douglas had a huge play, there tonight. I mean, it was fun to see the receiving core and what they were able to do. And Wyatt Rector had a couple nice plays. So it was it was a good scrimmage in regards to that. And I thought the O-line, there was you're still mixing, got a couple different mixing guys around. Darius Washington got some work tonight, which was really good. He's been working himself back, in a limited basis, but good to see him out there and being able to take part of the scrimmage. As we continue to progress him along, but I'm excited about our offensive line and the growth and the work and we needed a lot of work tonight. And as we continue to look at that. Those best lineups and making sure that we have the confidence and the versatility of what these guys can do as things happen throughout the course of the year.
Next will be Carter Carls from the Tallahassee Democrat.
Hey Mike, you mentioned some guys on offense. Who are some standouts for you on the defensive side of the ball?
It was I was really pleased. I mean, I thought Jamie, he was all over. I saw him, flashing Tatum. Once again, the scrimmages are. He definitely shows up big in those moments. I thought our defensive line did a good job. It was disruptive in some situations, but it was really a collective effort. There wasn't. You saw guys just flying around making plays, which is what you want to see. But it was, to single out, just specifically. There was a lot of good plays at a lot of good times. So it was, I think collectively, it was a great effort from our defense.
All right, we'll go back to Ira.
Did you guys get any time inside of Doak? And what do you think now that maybe you guys are missing by not getting these scrimmages inside of Doak?
Yeah, it's the biggest. No, we didn't. It was actually when we were transitioning out. There was a couple more, strikes that there wasn't. It was going to be a long delay. So it was unfortunate that we weren't able to. But really, it's just more the operation. For some of these guys that haven't, and that's where the good thing is that we had most of our players were here in the spring. We had a big group of them that have been had the spring game. We went into for practice earlier this week, which was good. Some of the communication things with coaches, but that's it's one of the benefits of continuity. And with not a whole lot of moving pieces with our staff from last year to this year. Some guys in different roles, but how we communicate, what we do. We were still able to get that for the most part. They're inside, but there was some logistical things that doesn't allow us, to have the full setup of the 23 headsets and all those things that you would normally have. So, that's probably the biggest challenge. We will get in there, a couple more times before we kick off, but that's just the biggest, disappointment. But once again, we can't control it.
All right, we're going to go two more. Next will be Kurt Weiler.
You called this Identity Week. It seems like you learned a lot about teams' identity. I guess what is this next week? What's the focus of this next week? I guess it's kind of the last week before game week, the week after.
Get better. It's that's I know it's simple, but it's our daily focus. And this last week was set up to be adverse. There's no question. When I put it together, I knew it was going to be. There was going to be a grind element to it, and I like this week. This is one that you can really you see growth, and you get to see that identity show up. And it wasn't a perfect week. It was a week that guys had to respond, and I knew tonight would be a telling experience for where they are. And I just thought that the way they approached tonight and just dealt with some of the circumstances, I thought it was really good. So now our focus is we get 2 days where they're off from the physical. Get the bodies kind of heal up just a little bit. It'll be a challenge come Tuesday. After you have a couple of days off, we're gonna have to jump right back in it. And And then, it's just about that constant improvement until we get to game week, and then, our sole focus will be on Duquesne and the, the continued growth to be our best, come August 27th. But, I think our guys, accomplished a lot of great things this week, and we just have to continue to get better the week ahead.
All right, last one will be Brendan Simone.
You also called this past week, in addition to Identity Week, a moving week, I believe, as well. In terms of getting the depth chart kind of solidified, was that informative this week and even into the scrimmage tonight? Do you think you guys pretty much have that mostly ready in place, or is this upcoming still kind of?
There's still. I mean, I think we have a pretty good sense of the guys that have shown the consistency that will be able to help us. Now, what the extent of that is still on them. And what I like is I do think we have depth. I think we have guys that can help this team. I think we, certain positions more than others, but what that's going to look like come game day. I mean, that's a daily process. That's that's going to go all the way up till we kick off. Just showing that consistency and playmaking ability at whatever your role is. But I think we've had some guys that have really emerged and stood out, and they've got to continue to do that. And now we'll be able to probably midweek kind of get a little bit more solidified of who's going to be in that. In those top couple groups, and some guys that just need a little bit more time to develop, whether it's in this season or even for future seasons. But I like I said, I like this group, and I like the work that they put in, and I think we're in a good place, and just got to go get better.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.